Okay. Hey guys. Happy Wednesday. I feel kind of awkward with another person here.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
It helps. I listen to you on the internet all the time.
I know. This is the OG follower. OG follower. So this is my flight attendant bestie, Moriah. I have to say flight attendant because my best friend got offended. My best friend said, I saw that you posted that Moriah was your bestie and it hurt my feelings. I said, I knew that was gonna hurt your feelings.
My category for you is my day-to-day bestie.
Yeah,
So
we don't go way back, but we see each other like
all the time.
I pick Clark.
Good Lord.
So she's drinking some tea that I brought from Bali, and I'm having hot chocolate. Yeah, so basically, Mariah was like originally like a TikTok follower of mine. I remember we both were like wanting to transfer bases, and I was in a live, and I was like, what was I saying? Should I go to Chicago or
You
should
were
I go to
like,
Miami?
she was like, I'm thinking about
And I didn't know who she
Miami.
was, and she was in my live.
And I used to watch her live all the time. And I was like, wait, no, I'm thinking about Chicago. You should go to Chicago. Da 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 about the base, like what I knew about in like the city. And she was like, oh, like okay, Chicago. I'll have to like look into it. And then she put her transfer, and I was like, oh
I
my
put my transfer in
gosh.
sooner than her.
Yeah.
And then she messaged me and was like, hey, my roommate situation might fall through. And I was like, oh, so we started talking because of that. Got each other's Instagrams. Girl, you moved here like you were here for like an entire month and you didn't hit me up.
Because we didn't know each other. Like why? Okay,
I remember I was like,
presumptuous to think an influencer is going to know who you are and want to hang out with you.
but I followed
Like,
you on Instagram.
but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I felt like that would be like presumptuous to be like this random girl is gonna be like, oh my god, me up, you know, you don't.
I
To me,
guess.
I'm like, you wouldn't actually think. But Destiny is a very friendly person. So
I'm very nice. I'm very down to earth. So her and I were like, I forget, we talked on Instagram or something. And then we found out we live like a 15-20 minute walk from each other. And so she came and met me at my house and I was like, oh my God, you're gorgeous. And what did you think of me? You thought I was gonna be really short, didn't you? Or you said something about my height.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, you're tall. Like,
And you're like way taller than me.
I'm way taller, but
5 inches taller than me.
But I thought Destiny was gonna be like a short person. I don't know. But she's actually pretty tall. I don't know. Like literally.
She said, I thought online you gave like a Sabrina Carpenter energy, like a petite type of vibe. But
and she's literally like a long legs, like tall. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who said that. Like literally.
people say different things
Really?
all the time. They'll be like, you're way taller than I thought, or you're way shorter than I thought, all the time.
Yeah, I thought you would be. I don't even remember. I just remember we had like a really nice time, like walking the lakefront.
Yeah, I remember we connected immediately. We were like, because we were both very silly and hee. And I remember we had this talk because she's the reason why I wanted to have this episode with her is because she is the first flight attendant that I've met at my age that actually has goals. Like, hate to say it. I mean, some flight attendants are like going back to school and stuff like that, but like Mariah's dead ass like has a budget plan to buy a house and she doesn't come from money. I don't come from money. So it's very interesting. Her mindset, it was very inspiring for me the first time we hung out because I was like, well, I'll buy a house eventually, like when I get a partner. And like,
that was like
that was crazy to her.
I remember you saying that and I was thinking.
You completely changed the trajectory of my thoughts too that day because I was like, well, like I've always wanted to buy a house, but obviously when I get a partner, and she's like, no.
A man? You're waiting for a man?
And why would a man be there?
Why would a man be there in your finances? Here's my thing. And it's so funny that you say I'm the first flight attendant you've met with these goals. Meanwhile, my flight attendant friends have bought houses. So it's like, and then it's like, okay, because it goes into the whole narrative that flight attendants are broke. Is it a high paying job at entry level? By no means is it a high paying job.
How much you make your first year?
I made 28 my first year.
Yeah, I made
and I
25.
Also was not clocked in. Like I was
sitting on reserve.
Like I was having.
You don't realize those checks on reserve, like when you're sitting, you don't realize like how much the per diem makes a difference. Like going to work actually makes a huge difference on your check.
Must go.
I remember my first like biweekly check was $777.
Mine was
from sitting on reserve.
Point being, it is not a job that you have to be impoverished. If you are a single girl, like us, I had very little student loan debt. I did not have a car payment. I wasn't in any kind of like debt other than student loan debt, and that was a very minuscule amount. What are you spending your money on? I know it's not 28K, not a lot of money, but where is it? All you have to pay is rent and your phone bill and like your few little bills. I didn't have a storage unit. I had like, girl, just put the rest of it away. What are you spending it on? And then
I mean, like
what? Like, yeah, like what are you spending it? Where is it?
I mean, like, that's not a lot of
It's
money.
not.
Like, you groceries, phone bill.
I'll say this. It was enough for
Not all of us
me,
have a dinosaur-ass Nokia like you.
and this is why I'm not broke. It works. And my bank
And
account,
her pictures look like she took it on a Nintendo DSi.
and guess what? I'll be able
And
to
she takes a
retire.
video and they turn out like this.
I'll retire a millionaire. Do you think I care about the freaking iPhone 11 when I'm 27? Anyway, it's just to say,
So, I remember when we first
people,
met, it was
yeah,
very, like, you changed my perspective completely. I was just like, "Oh, wait."
for perspective, my mother growing up, most of my life was a secretary and bought a house. And she had 4 children and she bought a house on a secretary salary, making what I made when I was 22.
Like, single
And I
mom.
made more as a flight attendant than I did when I was 22. So if my mom can buy a house and she has 4 dependents, what is my excuse? No excuse.
I
Put
mean,
some money away. Put it away.
the economy,
The economy.
the cost of houses?
Okay. Well, she did it. She did it. Let's say my mom bought a house. She had to be in her mid 40s and she bought it on a secretary salary. And she wasn't trying to buy a house. She just happened to go buy a house with like a few thousand down. If she can do that, a few thousand down 15 years ago, if I give myself 15 years, I could put many thousands down. And who's to say I can't buy a house now? You can buy a house. If you look into buying a house, it's strategy. If you think you can't do it, you're not going to look into it. I think I can do it. And so now I'm ahead of you. Now I'm more likely to do it than you are. Come with me. Just say you can do it.
Should be mean
You
to you
can
guys
do
right
it.
now.
It's just like living beneath your means, really.
It's
Oh, it is.
also it's also interesting because her and I were buddy bidding for a while because 'cause we're really close in seniority, and we both were, like, hating the space when we first moved here, and so we decided to bid all of our trips to work together, and I gotta say, it's very interesting having someone monitor your behaviors on an everyday basis because when you're working with people, you work with a new person every time, and then every 3 or 4 days, you have a new crew, but, like, with Mariah's like, "Girl, you bought coffee
Twice? in one
you
day.
bought coffee twice in one day? That's crazy." And I'm like, "I need it."
It is. I think like that was like a culture shock for both of us because we were working the same trips. We're coming to the airport from relatively the same place. Because so many times you see people like doing things where you're like, oh, they're different than me. Like they're older than me. Like they drive, whatever variables. Like
We
I
have,
couldn't
like,
do
the
that
same
because
exact
like
life,
we
basically.
have like the same baseline. But it's so
Yeah.
crazy because like she'll show up and she's like buying airport food. I'm not buying airport food. I'm meal prepping
Everything.
everything. And then she'll drink coffee. Now I actually drink coffee because I realized like that actually makes me feel so much better.
My
Like
bitch tax.
why would I have like a miserable life? Like I could have a coffee.
Coffee, forget it was like I was reading everything that causes, like, dopamine, endorphin, serotonin, and coffee was on one of those lists, and I was like, "You know what?
I knew it.
I knew there was something there." Coffee is my bitch tax. I am happy to pay $8 for a coffee because it's gonna make me a pleasurable person. I'm gonna be more professional. I'm gonna be kinder. I'm gonna be sillier. I'm not gonna be constipated.
Yeah.
Hate to say it.
Yeah.
Coffee gets the bowels moving,
To move
and then you're skinny. You're skinny. You're hot. You're sexy.
and
You're
you're not
outgoing,
hungry.
and you're not hungry.
Which is important because so many times you're on the plane and you're hungry, you can't eat.
You're not even hungry. You're, like, snacky.
Then like the power of words.
That's something we should talk about. Mariah, I feel like we both kind of believe in the same type of things. So, like, sometimes I get really negative. And what was it the other day? We were like walking by this really nice house, and we both go at the same time, wow. And then I go, must be nice. And Mariah goes, damn. She's like, why'd you say that? And I'm like, what? And I was like, "No, you know what? You're right." And she's like, "Don't say must be nice. Like, you're gonna
Yeah.
have something like that one day."
And it wasn't even like, girl, this house is in our neighborhood. You already live here.
Yeah.
Why is it so difficult to think you could move? Like, just that kind
And
of
then she
thing.
was kinda like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I don't want you to feel like I'm, like, pressuring you in a way." And I was like, "No, it's very true. Your words mean a lot." Like,
Yeah. And I think that does go back to the whole being a flight attendant and like the notion like, oh,
we're
you
just
hire a flight
poor.
attendant, well,
Yeah.
you're poor. You
Mhm.
are a young person. Most young people work entry level jobs. You're starting at the bottom. You're going to make more money. You literally are. You don't have to act like you're poor. Should you be sensible about your money and look at what's going on? Absolutely. But you have ample time and opportunity to capitalize and make put yourself in a good place, a good enough place to where you can buy a house, a good enough place to when you're walking down the streets in your neighborhood. Like I walk through my neighborhood, I'm like, ooh, this would be a nice street. And I kind of note it down like, oh, I like this boulevard. And so I know to look for it.
Another thing about Mariah is she, like, doesn't drink. She doesn't like to drink. She doesn't like
I drink. Like
like, socially sometimes, but she doesn't even really, like, enjoy it. Like, she doesn't like to go out drinking.
I don't want to ever get drunk.
Like,
Like I might actually, I don't know. I was thinking about
she likes to have a
maybe
little cocktail just for the cutesy vibes.
I love the vibes. And also like because like I'm a lightweight, so I don't need to be like throwing back
This
drinks.
bitch, I'll give her a sip of one of my drinks, and she's like, "I think I'm drunk."
So fun. Like who wouldn't want to be a lightweight? So affordable. But I'm thinking about getting drunk. The thing is like
I'm not gonna
alcohol
be drunk on Halloween, so I can
okay, then
babysit you.
maybe then I don't.
I'll get a little tipsy, but we have
I
a 5K to run on the 2nd.
the second is after Halloween. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
My hangovers last 5 days,
I
so
don't get hangovers.
oh, cool for you. So why don't you get drunk?
See, yeah, well, I guess maybe you're right. I
We're
don't
being
wanna get drunk.
we're being, Kim Possible and Shigo for Halloween. We're gonna slay so hard.
You guys are running a 5K.
And who's our naked mole rat? Yeah, we're running a 5K. Mariah randomly was just like, "I feel like we should get a hobby."
Yes, I was craving a hobby, which to be fair, I'm always craving a hobby.
Yeah.
How because the thing is, like,
In the winter, we were crocheting.
I was crocheting avidly.
We would, like, meet at coffee shops and, like
Like, how else what are you supposed to do with your life if not, like, have a hobby?
yeah, she was like, "Let's try running," and she started running, like, a lot sooner than I did because I had Bali plans, and then I came back and I went running one day, and she was like, "Did you like it?" And I was like, "Actually, I'm kind of obsessed. Like, this is, like, better than a Xanax, I feel."
Yeah?
No, I it was very addicting. My anxiety is completely gone on days that I
You
run.
literally, like, pounded out through the pavement, like, you're pounding out, like
I don't know what it is
things.
getting my body into that state of, like, when you're just so in it, you're, like, not even, like, thinking.
Yeah, you don't have the bandwidth to be anxious because you can't breathe.
I love to, like, disassociate and listen to my music and just get it feels like a meditation almost. You
Yeah,
know what
you
I
know what
mean?
you should try though is, like, disassociation, yeah. The 5K that I ran in Charlotte on the tarmac, I didn't have
Oh,
headphones.
that was in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like instead of like disassociating, it was like hyper associating. Like I was so tapped in. Like I was like just listening to my breath and
Are
like
you gonna
people
wear your
around me.
headphones for this
I
one?
will be wearing headphones for this one because I want to be fast. Like I wasn't that fast in Charlotte, but it was
Yeah.
so fun and it like flew by. Like it felt like it went really fast because I was just like watching people around me and like I could see the sunrise and like the skyline.
Yeah, that's sick.
It was like so in my body.
I was telling people about it, and I was like, "I think it was in Chicago," and they were like, "What?"
No, it's in Charlotte every year. A bunch of airlines have 5Ks on the tarmac. Like, I think all
Like,
of
it's
them.
hosted by the airline?
It's hosted by the airport, but obviously, like, it's in certain cities, you know? You
Okay.
know.
Mariah is what I call my, like, difficult friend because, like and you know it. I told my therapist about her. I was like, "Mariah's, like, a very difficult friend for me to have because she holds me accountable so heavy."
I didn't even know I was doing that. I was like, do people just be like fake to your face? What the heck? Why would you want someone
People I don't know, people are just I feel like my friends are a lot more gentle with me, and you're a lot more like
honest?
she she's all, "Not a fake ass bitch." No, Mariah literally straight up will be like I remember one day you were like, "You know exactly what you need to do, and you have so much untapped potential, and you know that." And I was like, she was like, you're so creative, you're so all these things, like, and you're just over here pissing off." And
It's
I was like,
true.
"That's so true." But, like, you're the first person to tell me that.
It's true. It's true for me, and it's probably true for you watching. You have literally you have everything that you need to be twice as successful as you are, and for some reason you're not. And
Yeah.
you know why not. Like you know the decisions you could make to get you from here to there, and you're deciding not to make them. You're deciding not to
Mhm.
act on it. I do it. We all do it. But at least
Mhm.
acknowledge that's what's going on. Like you could change one thing in your life and put yourself on a new trajectory, and you're not doing it. At least acknowledge that that's what you're doing right now. even when you're at your best that you've ever been, you could be so much better. Like for me, I'm just like, there's about 3 things that I'm ignoring right now that could take me to financial heights that I, for
Mhm.
some reason, I'm not pursuing.
Yeah. For the longest time, I was like, "I know if I stop drinking alcohol, I will get all of the body goals I want."
You could have it.
But, like, then for another year, I just kept drinking alcohol, even though I knew damn well I could cut it like, I could get my body so T and my mind so T if I just, like, stopped drinking as much.
There is a balance between achieving everything that you want to and being spread too thin and having your life be manageable but really enjoyable. And I feel like I'm at a point where like my life is manageable and enjoyable and I'm like comfortable in a lot of aspects, but like I know that I'm going to set a time. Honestly, I have set a time where it's like and it's lock-in season and you're about to, like, upgrade, and you'll have a hustle season, and then you can coast again. It's gonna be in waves, and, like,
Yeah.
if you're at a place where you're enjoying the fruits of your labor from a previous season, like, enjoy that, like, you deserve to
Mhm.
enjoy that. But if you know you've been, like, languishing in your unstructured, undisciplined self, like, start forming a plan of, "Okay, I'm gonna keep enjoying, and at this time, I'm gonna change and evolve," you know?
She even talked something that I was like, "Wait, that's a good idea," is like a quarterly lock-in. Like a quarterly lock-in, like, every quarter you pick quarters of the year, and that's when you're starting to just, like, cut your, like, bad food or, like, try to lose weight or whatever it is every quarter. And I think about that, like, financially, like, every quarter I
Just
can
check if you're meeting your goals, reassess,
lock
check.
in harder
Yeah,
every
like,
quarter.
assess on where like, for me, I'm just like, you start the quarter well, you try to maintain, obviously, you're gonna learn, life happens, things happen, but then the end of the quarter, you say, like, "Okay, what" for me, I do, like, seasons, like, in my journal, I do, a seasons greeting, and I write all the things that I'm looking forward to this season and all the goals I have and how I think I would feel fulfilled by this season, so it's like, how for fall I did like what do I want to do in fall? What would make me feel like I experienced fall financially, academically, all that stuff. And then as I'm going through the season, I'm going back and checking off you did this, you did this, you did this, and then there's rewards for each segment, which I actually don't end up needing the rewards
Yeah,
because
what's
it's
the
fulfilling.
reward?
So like for me financially, there's like rewards like, oh, if I meet my financial goal, then I'll get myself like a sew-in for the winter or
Wig?
like a sew-in is like a hairstyle. It's not a wig, but it's a hairstyle.
Like, you get it done.
Yeah,
It's a
like
service.
professionally. Fitness, usually my goal is like, oh, if you go to the gym X times a week, 4 times the season, you get like a matching set. Something simple. I don't end up actually having to do that to incentivize, but you can go back and check and then at the end of the season, like you reflect, you know?
Yeah. I feel like Mariah can be, like, a little too harsh sometimes. Like, I feel like we're polar opposites in a way where I'm like, "Just enjoy. Enjoy. You only live once." And Mariah's like, "I will enjoy once I'm on my yacht."
Well, no, I don't even feel like that. No. I love my life. I have like such a happy for me, my life is easy. Like it feels easy to me. It's just when you shift your awareness to from like I am at the mercy of my circumstance to I'm an active participant into the outcomes that I have, you feel in control and you enjoy. And that's why I'm not having to
Mhm.
rely on rewards for my behavior because like when I set up my season's greetings, I always think that I'm going to need an incentive, but it ends up being that, like, doing the work feeds your self-esteem and your confidence, and that is incentive enough to keep doing the work
Mhm.
because it makes you have an identity formed around constructing the life that you would
Yeah.
enjoy. So my goals are things that would make my life fulfilling, so it isn't task to do, but it's always fulfilling immediately. Like, exercise is
Being
a big one.
disciplined makes you build confidence physically
Mhm.
and mentally because you're like, "Damn, I'm making more money, my body T,
And it's like,
I
why
feel
would I
better.
stop?
Why would I stop?" Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt when I started running. I was kinda like, "Ugh," and then I just started realizing, like, "Wait, your brain feels so good, girl, like, just keep doing it."
And then it's like, now it's like I don't need an incentive because if I don't do it, you just don't feel good. Like, you
And I
just
think
don't.
also, like, it's so easy in our job to not have structure, and I think it's really important to us to build some kind of structure. I have found a lot of peace in my life just creating very vague structure
Yeah.
for, like, days off
Yeah.
or, like, even just my podcast. I do my podcast on Wednesdays, and, like, that helps me structure my week because I'm like, "What day is it today? I need to make sure I get a podcast episode out Wednesday." But, like, just having something in the morning, like, I'm gonna go run in the morning, and then, like, maybe we'll go for a walk. We do the same we're like little Sims. We're little Sims, we do the same shit every day. But yeah, just trying to have structure of like, I'm gonna run this many times this week. I'm gonna try to work trips that align with me doing those things. And like Mariah is currently getting her real estate license and she does like office hours where she'll like if she's on reserve, she uses her company paid time to sit on reserve but also work towards her real estate license. And that's what also motivated me is you started wanting to do this like a while ago. And I was like, wait, I want to do this podcast. I want to do all this stuff with my social media. I should be clocking in the same way. Obviously, different dynamic, but like similar thing of like we can both just like post up and grind.
Yeah, which we actually need to do. My goal is to finish it by the end of the year. So I'm like, girl,
You better get
yeah,
on it.
girl, you're scaring me. Dang. But it's like, it's also okay because I'm just like, I'm not going to force her.
Who's she?
Me.
You and the voices in your head are saying this about each other?
Yeah.
Hey, get it together.
We
Hey,
get
no.
together.
Hey,
Come on, Tallulah.
explain to Lula. Do you want to?
Tallulah is the voice in my head that doesn't want to do what needs to be done, but it's also the name of my emotional support Awala, if that makes sense. So it's like when
It's
I
like when you see a girl like this, you're like, wow, she's so pretty, she's so tall, her body T, and then she's hella weird.
and see, and then I never think it's weird what I'm saying. Tallulah, you know when you like wake up and like say you have to wake up and go to the gym, and you're like, oh, I don't want to go, but your higher self is like, you're going to the gym, but
Yeah.
there's a part of you who's like, I don't wanna go.
Yeah.
That part, it's Tallulah.
That's her
Her. It's
Tula.
like
That's the
her.
name of her.
Yeah. Mine, like, when I'm, like, doing something, I'm like, "I don't wanna do" like, it at night when I'm like, "You have to brush your teeth," and I'm like,
That's
that's
she
Tallulah.
said to me, she goes, "Who am I to be negotiating with a lame version of me?"
Who am I to be negotiating with a lame version of myself? She has no say in this
She has no
household.
say. She's like, when you have things set and then you don't wanna do it, that's the lame version of yourself.
And we
It's
don't
actually not a question.
I didn't ask you.
I didn't ask
So,
you. This is what we're doing.
that's what we're doing. So Tallulah is like a toddler. She doesn't run anything. But does she get to have a tantrum? Yeah, she has to be heard and she has to be engaged with in a healthy way. She has to be quelled and nurtured and loved.
And
Like a
she's also a
toddler.
water bottle.
She's also a water bottle, just so I have a physical reference. Because you need to lay your eyes on something sometimes to make it to have it in somewhere where you can see it. You guys, this is an effective. You guys, are you hearing this? This is an effective tactic. Let's say you are going through a wonderful time in your life, and you are feeling all these good emotions, and all your good emotions you put in your glass of tea, and then you drink it, and now you have embodied this physical thing and it's been placed into your physical form. And now you feel what you had put into this object, if that makes sense. So I think it's a real way to transmute energy. It's giving those energy a physical place so you can interact with it in a tangible way.
If it resonates with does it resonate with you
Do you
guys?
guys know what I'm saying?
I mean, I definitely think it's cool that you like name that version of you and I've been like wanting to name that version of me, but I need to find something ugly.
But it's not ugly. Like Tallulah, like she's an annoying toddler. Stupid. Not very smart. Doesn't know what's good for her. But she's also like valid and real. She's so real.
She's so real for
She's
that.
so
She's
real for that.
tired.
She's tired. Dang. She don't want to do nothing. She wants to eat ice cream, lay in bed, and like she's a vibe.
This girl randomly texted me the other day and goes, I wanna body an entire can of whipped cream.
So bad. And I did.
You did?
I body bottles of whipped cream all the time.
So on the jump seat, like, of course, since we're buddy bidding, we're getting to know each other very well. And like, I personally come from, no offense, my mom's really bad with money, like really bad with money. And I just like wasn't taught a lot of things financially. So like, I was like, oh, do you have a high yield savings account? And I was like, what is that? And she's like, you don't have a high yield savings? Do you have a CD? And I was like, what is that? And she's like, you have Capital One, don't you? And I was like, yeah. We literally sat on the jump seat and she's like, You have all of your money sitting in basically a checking account." And she helped me in the jump seat open 2 different accounts. One is a CD that I can't touch for, like, I don't know, 12 months or something, so it's locked. There's $5,000 in there. And then other than that, I take the majority of the money out of my checking account now, and I put it into this high yield savings account. So, it really holds you accountable with how much you're spending once you only give yourself a certain amount to spend. And I can't believe how I was living before. I was, like, just spending whatever, and
Yeah.
now when you have to pull out of your high yield savings, that's a pain in the ass.
And that's what I'm talking about. It just makes you mindful. It makes you accountable. It makes you have to face things. But this is what I would say if you haven't started really with your finances, everyone just needs to open a Roth IRA. It's a retirement account. You contribute money to it. A lot of the times your company will also contribute money to your retirement
Yeah,
account,
we
not your own.
automatically have one, don't we?
Yeah, the company will put money into that, like the 401 whatever. Then I have a Roth IRA. Everyone should have a Roth IRA. You contribute some money, you can max it out. I think if you max it out, it's like $7,000, something like that a year. Retirement account, you don't touch that. That is so those 2 are just so when you are 65 and older, whatever the number is, that you aren't destitute. On top of that, I would have a dollar amount that comes out of your check that immediately goes into a high yield savings account every single paycheck. So, or every single month.
And with the high yield savings account, you can literally a lot of airlines, they will you can connect your paychecks since it's, like, such large corporations, airlines can just directly put it into
But
my
you don't have
Capital
to.
One was, like, had all the different corporations there were, and I could type in my airline, and my airline could put money direct from my check into this high yield savings account.
Yeah, so it's hands free. You'll never even see that money for real. Like I see mine because I like to see it.
It
Like
feels good.
it feels good to like it, but it automatically comes out. And then that money in my high yield savings account earns me
A lot of interest.
a lot of interest every single month and then more
Yeah.
and more as time goes on. On top of that, you have a CD, which the high yield savings account you can access if you really needed money. Yeah, like up to
Yeah, this
5000.
month when I got my big check, I put way too much money in my high yield savings, and now rent is due, and I'm like, I need to pull, like, at least $400 out of this because I put
Yeah.
too much in there. Because I
Yeah.
love to see the number. I love to see the number go up. I don't know, it's just so
It's nice, and it's like it gives you more interest. But the perk of the CD, you should have your emergency where you can access it at any time. So you need your emergency in your
like, in
high
your big
yield.
yeah.
And then any extra money,
Yeah, that's what I was
you
saying. I
should
was like,
yeah.
if there's an emergency, what am I supposed to
What are
do,
you
wait
supposed to
12
do?
months till my term's over?
No, that's incorrect. That was incorrect. You need to
It's
put your emergency in a high
it's
yield
Tulula.
savings.
Kidding.
That's a stupid move.
Stupid.
Put your emergency in a high yield savings account so it's getting you more interest, but you're not touching it. It's not in your checking account. And then your any excess money that is like stuff amount of money that you don't need, you put that in a CD where you can't touch it. And the benefit of the CD is the interest rate is higher, so it's accruing more interest. If the high yield savings account is making you $80 a month, then the CD is making you like 100.
Yeah, yeah, and I wanted to add too, the office hours type of thing is that something that we talk about a lot is, like, you cannot make flying your entire life. You meet a lot of senior people who have invested their entire lives into this job, and they're very depressed, and they have
Crotchety.
they've revolved their life around this job, around drinking, around this, around that, and you can tell the ones that have done stuff right, like, they've invested their money properly, they have properties or they decided to do something else. Like I flew with a flight attendant that opened his own chiropractic
Dang.
office and he flies 40 hours and he gets his benefits and pays his health insurance and is a chiropractor on the side. And so you fly with a lot of people that you realize, I don't know, I feel like when I was new, I was like 24. How old you were like 20?
I was 24, yeah, I'm
Yeah, we were both the
23,
same
and
age.
then
Yeah, I was 24 as well, and I remember some of the grumpy senior mamas would freak me out, like, their perspectives on the world would freak me out. They're like, "Well, like, you're struggling, like, you're always gonna struggle with this company because this company is da 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 da," and it's like, "Wait, she's making tap out pay, like, and she's struggling." I started spiraling, or they would be like, I remember one woman was, like, probably, like, my mom's age, and I was venting to her about a guy I was dating, and she was like, "Honey, like, be prepared for a lifetime of disappointment with men here." and like da 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 da, and I've like been divorced and all this shit. And I remember in therapy, I was like, "It's American, and then that's gonna be me." And they were like, "You are doing the things. You're in therapy. You're working towards your self destiny. Like that's not gonna be you." And now that I've been in this job for a while, I realize you can't make this job your entire life. You have to have another passion, hobby, even if it's not like something that's making you money, just like another hobby,
Identity.
another identity outside of being a flight attendant. Like your identity is not being a flight attendant, even though it feels like it is.
And it's an incredible opportunity. I think it's such a blessing to have. I think anytime that someone is coming to you out of a space of fear, out of, oh my gosh, that airline is not a good one to work for, or da da da, they're coming from their personal experience. You are a unique individual. You have your own experience. You have agency over your own life. It's your
Mm,
life. Their story does not have to be your story. And you have capability. This is the thing you have to remember. As a young woman, as a young man, you are a capable person. You are not a victim of your circumstance. You can clock in and work out whatever you need to do. It's your life. You shape it.
yeah.
You have decided to go into this industry for your own valid reason. You're going to glean every positive thing from this experience that you can glean. And then you're going to go out into the world with all the opportunities that this job has given you and all the things that you're able to see for your job. And you're going to be able to slot into anywhere you want in the world. That's the benefit of this job, is exposure. As a young person, you're going to have your eyes on things that you never would have dreamed that you have seen. And it's
Right.
going to open up your world. You have infinite possibilities. Don't let these people who didn't take advantage of every opportunity that came convince you that you're not going to be able to position yourself in the exact spot you want to be. You have already gotten yourself to a position where your world has opened up, and you could do it again and again and again.
Mhm. That was
Thank
good.
you.
That was powerful. It's so true. Like, I feel like so many people are like, "I'm a victim," and da 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 da, and, like, we have been through some shit. Like, we're not even getting into the shit that we've been through, like, on our own lives, like, as kids and stuff like that. We both don't come from money. We both don't come from, like, we both have single moms, like, different situations, but we both are very, like, "What's the victim mentality gonna do for us?"
It's like
What's that gonna do? I feel like so many people are like, "Poor me, like, I'm just broke, and poor me,"
people have done a
and
lot more with a lot less. Are you kidding me?
for real.
Are you kidding?
For real, yet you're out having cocktails every weekend. Poor you, yet you're out at a like, doing this and doing that and door dashing every meal and like, "Oh, poor you, yeah, you're so broke." Like,
Like, girl, I've been 5 people in 5 years. I could be another. I could be a sixth.
"I'm a new
My
person right now."
You don't know nothing about her. You don't know nothing about me. I don't even know you.
I don't even know you.
I could change. I could just start lying and say my experience is a completely different thing, and who's it gonna hurt? It's my
Yeah,
life. I'm the only one who has to think these thoughts in my head.
yeah.
I could turn this ship around if I want to. Who's gonna stop me?
What was another thing you said to me that, I said something negative and you were like, "It's your head," like,
Yeah.
you were like, "You live in it."
You live in your head. If that's what you want to think, girl, then do it. Because yeah, we were.
No, it wasn't even, like, in a negative you were like, what did I say? I said something negative and you were like, "Say something positive, it's your head, you does not." It was something very, like, in the school, it was like, "We're not gonna be able to get a reservation," or something.
Oh,
She
we were
was like,
trying to go to yeah, we were trying to go to Gus's Sip and Dip, and you were like, "It's gonna take hours. It's gonna take," and I was like, "We're not." And then you know what happened? 10 minutes later, our table was ready, and they're like, "Be here in 10 minutes or less." Who's stopping you from thinking a good thought? Who's it gonna help for you to be negative? Who's that helping? It's just helping the people further back in the line to get your spot because you quit.
so true, so true.
Be the one who stayed. It's not gonna take that long. Anything you
Yeah.
do, it's so funny. When you just give it your focus, you rocket ship into the direction that you were trying to go.
And I feel like the thing too, like something that I really struggle with is like every successful person ever has had points of imposter syndrome, has had points of no one knows the way my life has gone, no one knows this. But the only reason that they're successful is because they did not give themselves another option
Stayed the
rather than,
course.
yeah, they just kept going, kept going, kept going.
What I
And
say
that's
to
like,
myself is that you are inevitable. I don't know where I got that from. It was from somewhere. That's not like an original thought. But basically, how I see that is the existence of you and your energy is persistent. And the way that you direct that course is inevitable. It's kind of like if you remember in like math class when you would have like a parabola
Don't talk
And
about math to me, please.
you guys, listen.
I don't
Listen
know
to
what a
the math.
parabola is.
A parabola is an arch. You are a certain shape, but you can only see one point on the graph. Just because you can only see one point on the graph doesn't take away from the entire shape of your energy. And no matter where you are on the shape, just because you're at the bottom of the mountain doesn't take away the fact that your entire story is going to unfold. It's inevitable. The shape of your energy, the existence of you is inevitable at any point of your existence. Just because you're at the beginning of your journey, you're gonna be you. It was always gonna be you.
You're confusing me. I hope that
You're not getting my esoteric thoughts today, but it's okay. She'll understand.
I hope someone here is getting it. Right when you brought up math, I got pissed off.
Because you failed algebra 2, 3 times.
Why'd you have to call me out like that? And it was algebra 1. Oh, I barely passed high school. Like, I was like, I got a D, okay, that's passing. And they were like, it's okay.
You're like, I'm going to flight attendant school.
Yeah, you're fucking using parabola analogies.
Because I can.
Anyways, let's talk about something juicy. Let's talk about dating. Okay. Mariah, we kind of have, Mariah goes on her like quarterly dates, right?
Yes.
Me, I more so get into like 3-month really toxic romances.
Yeah, perpetually.
What about you?
What about you?
Yeah, so Mariah will go on like, this is what always happens with Mariah. She'll go on a date. The next day, she'll be like, I'll be like, what's his name? She's like, I don't care. I don't care.
In my defense, I used to date in a more normal way.
She's from North Carolina, so she had like pretty good experiences with men.
I've had like great experiences with men.
That's
overall.
crazy work to
I
me.
know.
Being from California, I'm like, men are diabolical.
I have not. I've only dealt with one Diablo-esque, diabolical-esque man. Everyone else has been very pleasant.
I've already talked about my dating though.
Really?
I'm kind of in an era where I'm just like focusing on myself and not wanting to really dive into anything. It's a nice feeling. Usually I just feel like I've been through so many, I mean, even
You
since
have been
you've
through
met me,
so much in the
like the
last
amount of people that I like
your
I've
amount
went
of
through like,
paramours.
what was it? Like I go through like a quarterly talking
Yeah.
stage crisis.
Crisis.
Like, cause I date these really mentally unwell people all the time. Like, I'm like, Mariah and I are on a walk and she's just like trying to comprehend everything that's happened and everything I'm trying to vent to her. And then she's like, girl, it's not it, but
It's so crazy.
I know you're gonna be back at his house next weekend.
Yeah.
And then I'm there and then she's like, okay, I won't judge you, but
It is so funny because you would think if you looked at my dating life and her dating life, you would think dating means two different things. The way that you date, I have never dated like that before. And the way
No.
I date, you have never dated like
no,
that.
you date very formally.
Yes. And
She
I
dates
don't really
very
date and
formally.
I don't really date right now. Like
When she goes on dates, a guy is sending a car to her house, planning everything out. With me, I'll like meet someone and then we like spend 10 hours together. And then I'm like, wait, I just met the love of my life. Like, this is crazy.
which I love that. Like
I don't. That's narcissistic. That's like love bombing.
No, because
It's
I will
passionate.
spend like I will go on like a 6-hour day. I don't know if I have like gone on a date with a guy and like seen him for the next several days.
Yeah.
Not recently though. Not recently.
For the hoes, she's available.
I haven't liked a man enough to do that.
I was just telling Mariah that, so we went out to dinner the other night with another no, not dinner, like drinks, with another flight attendant. And everyone was talking about like, she was like, oh, a guy took me here, a guy took me here. And I was like, I feel like because I don't want to go out to these fancy restaurants because I can't really like afford the fancy restaurants as of right now.
Also, you're not paying for the date.
Girl, I'm traumatized. Being from California, like in San Diego, guys, I would literally go on a date with a guy and he'd be like, all right, let's split the bill and then do you want to come back to my house? Yes. That's how guys are on the West Coast. They dead ass are like brokies.
No.
Yeah, they're like, do you want to split the bill and like, will you sleep with me after this? And it's like, what? What? So like, I guess that's why I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I would be paying. But also, I mean, like, I'm not dating right now, but then I'm like, oh, I've never been to all these nice places. So this girl was like, oh, I went to all these nice places.
And
I
she's
was
been
like,
here a month.
and she's been here a month.
And
And she goes, I've been there, I've been there,
to be fair, I had been to places in that area too. I just hadn't said it.
To me, I feel like that's my like, you know, when you're in a video game and you can't go into the store, to me it's that. And I'm like, "Wait, maybe I should, like, download my Hinge and give some of these men the time of day." I had 305 likes.
See, I re-downloaded my Hinge, and the first day
I
it got,
didn't know they
like,
just let your profile run wild if you're not on
oh,
it.
see, I deleted
I
it.
thought that if you're not on it, it just doesn't show it, but I guess
It's
my
supposed to, like,
feel bad for the guy I was seeing.
oh, shoot.
Yeah, I told him I deleted it, and I didn't realize, like, my profile was still showing to people. Whatever, I don't feel bad for him now. So, I download it, and the next day, I'm like, "Ew, I need to delete this. This is too much." Like, I told myself, like, "I'm focusing on myself right now. Why did I download it?" Obviously, off a couple cocktails, like, that was a good idea. But the one guy that I looked at, I was like, "He's a firefighter." My friend Carly, it's her the girl that I did the last podcast episode with, it's her dream to date a firefighter. Like, ever since her ex, like, did her hella dirty, she's like, "I wanna get with a firefighter." And it's been, like, 6 months of this whole, like, firefighter thing. So I see that this guy's a firefighter, and I'm like, "You know what? Like, I'm about to delete my Hinge, but here's my number. You can take my number." And I was like, "You got any hot firefighter friends that are single?" He said, "I have so many hot firefighter friends that are single in Chicago." I said, "This is amazing." And then he said, "I feel like the uniform that you guys are thinking with, like, from the public perspective is, like, sexy." Like, he's like, "I feel like it's the same with being a flight attendant, like, how they think it's all sexy and stuff like that." He's like, "I feel like you guys think that about firefighters." And I was like, "Just let a girl have her moment.
That don't matter,
Let
baby.
him."
Sign this paperwork, right? That don't matter, baby girl. Sign
So
this paperwork.
we're like, gonna have this wine night, and Mariah's like, "Invite all of
All
them
of them.
firefighters
Invite
here. Invite the entire
station.
station of firefighters.
Invite the district.
Invite the entire." How much does the earth cost?
I want to invite the Earth. Actually, specifically, I would like to invite Bronzeville.
What's that?
Bronzeville's on the south side. Bronzeville, come to one.
Why is that?
Because we gotta inject some color.
Yeah,
Why?
she wants some color in the wine night.
Period.
Yeah. I'll get an
A box of
assortment.
chocolate.
I'll get a nice box of chocolates. I'll get, like, I'll have a range of colors for my friends to choose, and heights.
Yes,
Height.
yes. I'm tall, guys.
She's tall.
I'm tall. What can I say?
She's tall.
She's tall.
But I knew we were gonna be close because I thought Mariah was, like, super pretty, like I said. And then, like, she's really pretty, her body tea. And then one night we went out to a wine bar, and she turns to me, like, and whispers, "I think I'm really starting to like wine bars." And I was like, "You're pretty and weird." She's weird!
I'm always so thrown when people say I'm weird.
This bitch showed up at my house today, and she goes, "I wasn't able to eat earlier, so I brought some canned tuna and some popcorn." And I go, "What the hell?" And I'm like, "You weenie hut junior, you brought canned tuna and popcorn to my house?" And she's like, "Do you have a can opener?
What's so wrong with that?
You see a bad bitch for body tea." She's just like, "Can I have a bowl?" And she's just like, opens the canned tuna, and I'm like, "You're just gonna eat it by itself? Like, I have beans and rice." So I heat her up some beans and rice, and then I was like, "That's it?" And she's like, "Aren't you heating up beans and rice as well?"
I always think that I'm beating the weird allegations, and I'm not.
No, you're hella weird. You're hella weird.
It's always breaking news to me.
But yeah, I feel like you knew my personality
Yeah.
because you've been my fan.
Well, yes.
She was like, it was so funny because I forget, we were like friends for a while, and you were like, "Yeah, like I picked you. Like I knew you were."
Yes.
She's I picked you out.
I
knew
do
we
that
were
for,
gonna be
like,
friends.
all of my friends. She's friend-shaped.
She's friend shaped. Oh wait, I have some questions that people asked on my Instagram.
Time.
Where's my phone? Okay, number 1. What is your favorite layover, domestic and international?
Domestic, Alaska. Alaska is amazing, and I'm so glad I have an answer for that finally. But Alaska is probably one of my favorite rivers, domestic or international.
Really?
You need to do it, and we need to kayak on a glacial lake.
Please.
It's mandatory. An international Rome is my favorite.
Yeah. For me, domestic, I really love California, like Southern California. We have this Redondo Beach layover, and I just like getting a coffee and walking to the beach there, especially in the winter. I'm like, why did I move out of California ever? And then international, we don't have this one here, but Doha was my
Was
coolest
your
one.
favorite?
It was so cool because
Really?
I feel like
it was worth it.
yeah, I probably wouldn't work it again, but, like, I would recommend anyone to experience that. It was such a cool layover, like, very cool, because I feel like I've been raised with, like, exposure to a lot of cultures like, large Asian influence, Mexican influence, like, I've been to Europe a lot, and then, like, the Middle East is just a culture that I've never been exposed to, and so being there, it was very interesting.
That's yeah.
And I felt so safe there, like, it was honestly so crazy because like, I thought people like, in the US, like, they have such, like, bad perspectives of the Middle East, I feel, like, fear-mongering, and I feel like I thought that I was gonna go there and there were gonna be all these, like, creepy guys. Men look at you and then they look down because it's, like, so disrespectful to be staring at you, and I'm like, I have never felt safer and more respected than when I was in Doha, which is so crazy. I would have never thought that. I would have thought, because in the US, they're like, "You're gonna get kidnapped, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get that." No, men literally would be with their wives, and they would stare at me because obviously I don't look like them, and they'd be, like, looking down at the ground immediately.
To your point, I also think it's like really refreshing because like the world does get pretty small. You start flying to have exposure to a culture that you haven't experienced
Yeah,
at all.
at all.
That's so like novel and refreshing.
Okay, next question. How do you like your flight attendant base? Would you ever wanna transfer anywhere else?
Chicago has the best flight attendants in the industry.
Why'd you say that so quiet?
Yes, it's not true. Chicago is the best city in the country, in my opinion.
Chicago's such a cool city, like, we've had so much fun here, it's very affordable, the winter's really not that bad, to be honest. This base sounds anyways, no, literally, we both moved here at the same time, and we both had very weird experiences with the people at this base, like, I don't know what it was that summer in specific, but I had a lot of weirdos I was dealing with. Right recently, I haven't dealt with
This
anyone
base
weird.
has snitches,
Yeah.
and they like to act like they don't, but they do.
They're like, "We're the best, aren't we? We're the best.
It's like there is
We're the"
no war in Bossing Say.
Yeah,
But
like
if you don't tie your scarf around your neck, you're getting clocked by men.
no, literally,
You're getting picked and
they're like
sorted.
they're like,
Just
"There's no pretzels and cookies? We need to offer pretzels and cookies because we need are you sure that you disarm your door left to right, or are you supposed to disarm your door right to left? Girl, shut up."
I would
And the
consider
flying here is ass.
bad. We
Ass.
both came from some international fangled bases, and I came here and I was like, my paycheck has changed, and so has my lifestyle. First
Depressing.
is you don't eat as much domestically, so I can't be that mad.
That is true.
I was
Because when you get to the St. Louis airport at 12 o'clock in the morning after working a 10-hour day and your rest is 12 hours, you're just really tired.
you're not gonna
That's
need
the positive thing.
yeah, you're gonna make that meal prep work.
Yeah. So, I mean, we like our base because we like the city a lot. The public transportation is awesome. Like here, it's so awesome. It runs constantly. So if you live off the blue line, like it's $2.50. It's every 10 minutes. The train is coming and going and it's quick to get to the airport. So where would we transfer if we went somewhere else?
I have been thinking about New York, and I've
Me
been
too.
like romanticizing it because I was born in New York too, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, what if I mean, and I always said like, no, no, heck no. But you have everything there. You have the amazing flying, the crews are tea, and the crews are cool, in my opinion.
Also, Sex in the City era.
Like,
My best friend's in New York right now, and, like, she just seems like she's meeting such, like, artistic, cool, and, like, motivated people.
it's
She's
like,
literally in cool bars, and she's wearing, like, furry jackets, and she's all, like, sexy, and I'm like, "I need to be there."
and it's like, to my point earlier, girl, why play small? You literally could just do better, be bigger. Go big or go home. Like, but I love Chicago as the issue, but I think I should spend some time in New York or at least commute and just dip my toe. Don't be scared.
Tip one toe.
Dip one toe, the big toe, and see what happens. Or I think Philly was cool for the work. I have never been a Philly. I think Philly still looks like a cool city though.
It's aight.
And then I loved being Charlotte based personally.
She loved it. I've heard horror stories, but she loved it. She worked a lot of international. She had a great time.
Did I gain 25 pounds? Yeah. And what? They like 'em thick in the South.
Yeah, they do. And
It
then
was
she came
causing me no
here, and she
problems.
said, "Shit, now I gotta work this off.
It's crazy.
No more butter soup for me."
No more no more olive oil in my
Another girl said, "What would you tell someone that's thinking about moving to Chicago?"
girl, come.
Come,
Or don't.
depending on your seniority number. No, I'm just kidding.
Depending if you're a flight attendant and coming, it's gonna be
The positive thing about living and working somewhere that is so cold in the winter is you don't wanna be here.
Yeah, and so you're gonna be
What are you gonna do? Just be cold?
Miami, work to the
Work. Yeah, so I feel like we would both consider New York, but honestly, another move sounds like so ass to me right now. I just can't even imagine. Have you ever met a flight attendant who gets plane sick?
I used to get plane sick.
I used to be very afraid of airplanes.
Really?
And then in flight
Aw.
attendant training, I was like, "Wait, this is, like, pretty safe." What do you
People get sick
what do you think about the government shutdown?
think about it.
I think it's, like, absolutely embarrassing that we have air traffic controllers that are working DoorDash on the side because they don't have money to get by, and, like, they work in such a crucial,
Essential.
essential part of, like, our
They
world,
should be, like,
not to mention the
venerated like the
other.
freaking veterans, like, they are just amazing to me. I do admire air traffic control, like, I have so much respect for air ATC. I think the way that people feel for pilots, like, I feel for, like, ATC and women pilots. I also, like in my head, I get, like, starstruck with, like, women pilots.
I know.
I had 2 controllers on
I'm
my
always
flight
like,
the
"Is
other day.
something hot in here or is it just you, girl?"
I'm blushing. But, like, no, I had 2 ATC on my flight the other day, and I was just like, "I just love you guys." Like, I was just like, "I'm so thankful for you." Like, you just I'm a fan. Like,
You guys keep us safe.
I think that role is, like, so crucial and amazing, and I have, like, nothing but respect for them, honestly.
The next one says, "What do you like to do on your days off?"
Okay, I like to go to the gym, and take a walk. I took such a nice walk the other day. I just, like, walked up and down the streets and saw all the decoration because Chicago goes big for any given holiday. And go to the lake, which I need to do. Just mosey, you know?
I non-rev a lot. I like my benefits hate to see me coming. So, like, I'm non-rev a lot, but yeah, other than that, we hang out a lot, we go to the gym, we go walk,
I
we
love a walk, honestly.
we grab a little coffee, we grab a little happy hour. We love it. But yeah, we've
Just being
recently
in this
started running
yeah.
too, and
I just
we're
like to be outside. It's good for you. Like,
okay, this is a good question. These ones I got anonymously, so they're not that juicy. I'm like, "Why did you need to be anonymous for this?" But whatever. Besides the normal company drama, why is there so much hate between the gate agents and flight attendants?
because the gate agents try to come for our necks.
Well, the company puts them in that position, I feel.
Gate agents have such a hard job, and I also do, like, respect them a lot because I understand that they are dealing with a lot more direct management than we ever are, but
They're so quick to throw us under the
they
bus, it's
throw us under
honestly
the bus
insane.
so much. Like, I had someone take pictures of the passengers in line and say, "Line not moving," and I just responded,
Yeah,
"Yeah, they're not. They're, like, moving." Like, I'm actually, like, not able to pick their feet up for them. Like, I can
yeah.
encourage them, gentle parent.
Or they'll be like, "Flight attendant showed up 1 minute before boarding with Starbucks." Why you have to say that? Come on.
But, at the same time, that's such a lesson in, like, some people are miserable, but that has nothing to do with you, girl.
And same with flight attendants though, like, some
Exactly.
flight attendants are miserable as
You
well, and, like,
interact with so many energies on the job, and
I've
you have to be able to, like obviously, you're going through a collective experience with a lot of people, and you are of the people, but at the same time, you cannot let these people alter your internal
yeah.
being.
I feel like I dislike, like, 1 in 10 gay agents because, like, for the most part, I'm like, I feel like as long as you give the energy you wanna receive,
Yeah, I do
like,
think it really
respectful, nice,
helps to, like
"Hey,
it
how are
helps with, like,
you?"
literally every person to show up, acknowledge them as a person, be like, "Hi."
You are not I am not, like, a flight attendant, I'm Destiny.
Yeah,
You are not just a gate agent, you
a
are
person.
John.
Have a human moment helps.
Yeah, I love being like, "Are you okay?" And they're like I'm like,
Even with the
"Yes, I am."
passengers, just, like, try to key if you can.
Okay,
Be a day keeps the
another one says, "European-based flight attendant here. My
Oh,
airline allows max 100 flight hours in a month. What's the workload like in US? Much love, XO."
they trying to suspend you from the bag in the UK?
Yeah,
Europe?
we can work as much as possible. I think we can only our, like, real only legality is we can't work 7 days in a row. So we have to work if you work 6 days in a row, you need a 24-hour rest. So some flight attendants fly an insane amount. Like,
You can fly out to 10.
you can fly, like, 150. Yeah. One flight attendant told me he knew someone who flew 300 hours in
That's
1 month.
actually
How is that possible?
oh, thank
And
you.
he was like, "He showed me." And I'm like, "I'm gonna need the receipts." But yeah, so we don't have a max, but also our airlines here pay us a lot worse than your guys's do. So we do also yes.
Mm.
Yeah. They get paid way better than we do, at least the big ones. Are you only friends with US-based flight attendants? No, I
I am, I
am.
just don't know anyone.
She doesn't know anyone. But no, I have friends that I've made from TikTok. Got when I was in Doha, I met up with a Qatar flight attendant, and it was so fun, and a British Airways flight attendant had a layover here, and I hung out with her. I actually am, like, pretty much very open to being friends with only flight attendants from other airlines because I have enough friends here in the US.
Really?
I know the way stuff works here.
In the US on the airline side?
Yeah, I feel like my flight attendant friend group is maxed out, like, I need non-flight attendants or, like, other ones that
People say that so much. I
are
don't.
gonna add, like, variety to my life.
Yeah, you gotta spice it up.
It's also hard to make plans with flight
It
attendants.
is
I'm, like,
so
so
hard.
over the fact that, like, half the time you go to hit someone up, they're not even here, so I'm
Yeah.
like yeah. But I am down to make friends abroad because, like, I like to travel couch surfing. You come stay in Chicago, I come stay in wherever you are.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
What you got, Norse?
What you got? Let me try on that little blue uniform. Buddy tee.
I love the Norse social media. They are
Yeah,
so cute with it. Like, I
they're
love
so
it.
cute.
They're so cute and classy with it, but still funny. Like, I love the stuff that they be doing over there. So
All right, well, that's all the questions I have for this episode.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to have you on. Thanks for sharing your insights. You're like such a special friend to me. So you add a lot of value to my life and you just I feel like you came into my life for a reason, really. Like we like came into each other's lives because we like really both
Need
needed
each
a
other.
friend at the
Yeah.
time, but then like also now we've like grown so much together and like you've added so much like you just make me really want to like be better and like boss up. And I really needed a friend like that. Yeah.
Yay.
I really needed a friend like that. So I hope that this episode helped you guys. Like, even just my alcohol episode, I don't know if you listened to that, but I was talking about alcoholism and aviation and stuff like that. Multiple people reached out and was like, thanks so much for bringing this up because this is literally how I've been feeling. Like, I don't want to drink anymore. I want to be more wholesome. And even if these episodes help one person or like two people, like that makes me so happy. It makes me feel so good that like our talks are something that's going to like make a difference for other people, even if it's just background noise.
Yeah. Maybe you're getting ready to go to work. My last thought is I believe in you and your ability to have a beautiful life with everything that you could ever want. And you can have it and it's coming, it's happening, and
It's
it's
happening.
happening.
Be aware of your words. Don't be a victim.
Enjoy. Make the most of
Tell
it.
Tallulah to fuck off.
Yeah.
Tell-
But in like a kind of like
a kind of nurturing way. She's just a
oh,
girl.
she's just a
Jeez.
girl, dang.
All
Something sweet
right.
for the kids.
Something for the kids. Okay. Bye.